Hey, good afternoon, principles of business and finance. So, as you guys are aware of, over the next 2 weeks through March 30th, you guys will essentially have homeschooling. There will be assignments posted in the Google Classroom. And for those that do not have access to the Chromebooks or the internet, packet pickup will be Thursday from 3 until 6 and Friday morning from 9 until 11. I'll post those times and dates in the classwork also. So what you see now on your screen is contact information for me. This is not limited just to my class. It's also open to Mr. Moore's class also. So if you guys should have questions about the assignments, that is my email address. The Remind app for my Principles of Business class, again, is open up to Mr. Moore's, and also the Google Voice number. So what I'm going to do is go over today's assignment, which is 501. And it kind of sucks because Objective 5 is our heaviest objective, and it is also the most lengthy one. But the good part about this is the fact that you are now living in a time where the economy is up and down thanks to the stock market. And then also you see supply and demand when you go into Walmart, and the toilet tissue shelves and the paper towels and the hand soap is all out of stock. So you're living in a supply and demand and economic section. So of course you have Introduction to Economics crash course, so that's a good video to watch. Also, you have the Google Classroom questions that ask, what is economics? You have your Quizlet definitions, and then you have the PowerPoint. So for those that remember what the PowerPoints look like in the other objectives, this one looks a little bit different. The slides is 26 slides, but your PowerPoint is broken down into different days. And as you notice, they're color coded. Your notes are also color coded also with the rest of your stuff. So today I'm just going to go through 1 through 5, which calls for Monday. Tomorrow I'll come back and do 1 through 6. So Objective 5 talks about, of course, economics and understanding economic concepts. So right now we look at the difference between a want and a need, which a want is, of course, something that you may or may not need to survive. An economic want is something that can only be obtained by spending money. So the Jordans, the hair on your head, the lashes on your eyes, the newest outlet, that type of thing. A non-economic want is, of course, something that can be attained without spending money. So hanging out with your friends, spending time at the gym, going outside and playing basketball, those type of things. Characteristics of a want are, of course, unlimited. So this is, everyone always has them. So no matter what, everybody has it. Changeable wants, that means, of course, things change over time. So what you guys want change according to your age and also the time that you're at in your life. And then, of course, competing, you look at what you must choose to satisfy a want at a particular date and time. So they're going to adjust as you go also. So we look at goods. This is also tangible things that are manufactured or sold. So we think of things like computers and cell phones and that type of thing. We look at services. Of course, these are things that may not be required. So this is a car wash, getting your hair cut, cell phone service for that cell phone that you bought. Consumer goods are, of course, things that we use on a day-to-day basis. And then industrial goods are things that industrial users use. So we look at Berry Plastics. They purchase plastic to make the plastic bottle tops and things like that. So they buy that in bulk. That is an industrial good. Then we explain the different concepts. So economic resources, of course, this is human and natural and capital goods used to produce those goods and services. We have natural resources, which are, of course, things like trees, air, land. These are things that are found in nature. We are considered human resources because we are the people that work and make the economy go round. And then we look at capital goods. Again, these are things that are used in manufacturing and construction plants. So these are your buildings, equipment, computers, things of that nature. And then this slide just breaks down a little bit more the difference between natural resources, human resources, and capital resources, how they can become limited and unlimited, and how things can work. So natural resources, of course, If we're getting oil for the cars, we're cutting down trees, they can eventually become limited. And then when you look at human resources, if we're not trained properly to do the jobs that we need, then of course that means that we are no longer able to be in the workforce. And then capital resources, of course, money makes the world go round. Technology, it also makes the world go round. So when that starts to change, things also start to happen where we can't use them. All right, the assignments attached to today are, of course, what are your wants? This is an individual assignment. In the directions state, you're going to visit the 5 different websites at some large companies, and based on what you read on those websites, answer the following questions. So say for instance, if you do something like Toys R Us, which is no longer in stock, is open right now. Based on what the store sells, what do you think? Well, Toys R Us sold predominantly toys. And it normally ranged from birth until children that were probably about 12 or 13 years old. They also started selling game consoles, so that means they appeal to the gaming people also. So that means they could have ranged for adults. You're going to tell me whether or not they sold consumer products or industrial products. Most of the stores you're going to look at are going to be consumer. Not many of them will produce industrial products. And then how would you classify the store product? So is it shopping? Is it toys? Is it clothes? That type of thing. So that's what you're looking at for the 501, what are your wants? Can you tell the differences a little bit more in depth? And I give you a couple of ideas here. So what you're doing is telling me whether it is a good or a service in the first column and whether it is used for consumer use or for industrial use. Don't worry about the classification too much. I just kind of gave you the first 2 to get an understanding. So like for contact lenses for a person who wears glasses, this would be a good because of the fact it is what is purchased at an eye doctor. Now, if it was saying the eye doctor that the person went to, then that would be a service. And of course, it is a consumer because it is you and me that go purchase it. Now, if you look at a tractor for a farm to harvest wheat, it is still a good because they have to purchase the good, but it is now an industrial good because of the fact that a farmer is the one that is using it and not just you and I. So you have 3 through 12 to answer. And so you guys would do that on your own. Again, if there are any questions and concerns that go through about the day, if you have questions about it, this is all my information here. Feel free to reach out to me at any point in time. So if you guys have any questions or concerns, just let me know. Other than that, I will post another video tomorrow. Just give us an email and we'll help you the best way we can.